Hey, this is David Williams from My Expert Advisor. In this video I want to show you how to use a trading system called the Peso Watcher. Peso Watcher is based on Rob Booker's trading system called the Mexican Peso. It's just one portion of his trading system, and if you're looking how to really apply it, you should go over to Rob's website and check that out. But what I did is I created a system that allows you to draw some lines on the chart, and it'll open the trades according to the system rules for this one portion of the system. So what we're looking at here is the US dollar Mexican peso chart, the 15-minute chart. And the pink line here is the time of 12 o'clock p.m. in New York time. That turns out to be 1900 on FXCM charts. And so I just wanted to mark that out because that's an important time in the trading system. To sum up this part of the trading system, it basically is a counter trend system where you're looking for the trend to reverse at around 12 o'clock, and if it breaks out on the counter trend, that's when you want to take the trade. So the way you set this up is the trend line is the most important part of the system here. After 12 p.m., we're looking for the trend to reverse. And if you look at these couple of candles here, we are seeing that the trend is coming back up this way. And by the way, it seems to be in a downtrend. It's not a strong downtrend, but if you looked at the overall chart, you might say that this is basically trending down. So at noon, we're looking for it to break up into an uptrend. And you would draw the trend line, once you saw a couple of candles heading up, you draw the trend line how you wish. And the way the system is going to interpret this is, say if you drew it at this time up to this candle, once that trend line is broken by this candle, a trade would be opened, a buy trade would be opened, because that would confirm the trend in that direction. Now, so that's what the trend line is used for. The green line up here is a horizontal line on the chart, and will be used as a take profit. Now, you can find these lines any way you like, but one popular method is to look for support and resistance, and other times this is hit that. And you also can use pivot points and whatnot. We do have a plugin that will draw pivot points on the chart automatically for you. You could use that as guidance. And so that would be the upper line for the take profit in this case. And this red line is the stop loss, which would be, in this case, would be the stop loss. And again, you draw it around lines, or you might even want to move it up if you want to be more conservative. Rob does say that if the trade goes against you, it's probably best just to let it stop out pretty quickly, and maybe try once or twice more that day, but then just give it up. Don't push the system too much. So, you would get these lines on your chart, certainly the horizontal ones you might put on, and, leave them there each day, and just kind of move them around if you wish as the prices move. The trend line would be something you probably have to draw every day. So the way the Peso Watcher Expert Advisor works is it recognizes these objects, what we call them. Anything on a MetaTrader chart is called an object. It recognizes them by name. And so when you go to properties for the trend line, for example, there's a name you can fill in. And when you first draw a trend line, it gives you some silly generated name. But in this case, it's important to give it the exact right name. And I cover this in the documentation. So this name is just trend line. And this line is called upper. Again, that's going to be the upper horizontal line. And this line I call lower. And that's all there is to it. So now the Expert Advisor is going to monitor the trend line for a break, and if there is a break, it's going to open a trade in the correct direction. In this case, it would open a buy trade. It's going to use the upper line for the take profit and the lower line for the stop loss. Now, the color of the lines doesn't matter. I just did that to make it look pretty. But the names is very important, because the names is how they're referred to in the trading system. So to attach the Peso Watcher, double click it. Let me bring the properties over here. And I've configured this expert advisor so it doesn't show you a lot of the standard inputs. It just shows the magic number and the lots you'd like to open. And here are the names that we need to follow for the trend line name. It's trend line, upper line is called upper, lower line is called lower, and we manually choose the direction of the long-term trend. It could be up or down. And that's all there is to it. You select OK, and this will start watching the chart. In another video, I'll show you exactly how we create, let me drag it over here, this drawing. This is the VTS system that builds that expert advisor, the Peso Watcher, and I'll go over exactly how we create the elements and connect them to create the expert advisor. Thanks. Bye.